Mesdames et messieurs, bienvenue à la cérémonie d'ouverture des championnats du monde 2022 à Montpellier, Occitanie.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the opening ceremony of the ISU World Figure Skating Championships 2022 in Montpellier.
Veuillez accueillir la présidente de la Fédération française des sports de glace, Madame Nathalie Péchala.
Please welcome the President of the French Ice Sports Federation, Mrs. Nathalie Péchala.
Mesdames et messieurs, bonsoir et bienvenue au championnat du monde de patinage artistique 2022 à Montpellier, Occitanie. Mes premières pensées vont aux athlètes. Je leur souhaite à tous de réaliser une performance dont ils pourront être fiers. Un grand merci également aux entraîneurs, aux chefs de délégation, à l'équipe médicale, aux officiels qui œuvrent dans les coulisses pour nous présenter la meilleure version des patineurs. Dans quelques minutes, j'aurai également le plaisir d'accueillir sur cette glace une icône du patinage français. Elle a marqué les esprits, elle a marqué l'histoire du patinage international, Surya Bonali. Accueillir les championnats du monde ici, en France, est une véritable opportunité. Toutes les équipes de la fédération, tous nos partenaires, avec le soutien de la Fédération internationale de patinage, avec la région Occitanie, avec la ville et la métropole de Montpellier, ont œuvré pour que cet événement puisse voir le jour malgré une situation internationale compliquée. Je voudrais remercier très chaleureusement l'ensemble des bénévoles. Ils sont 250 à veiller au bon déroulement de l'événement. Merci. Enfin, j'ai une pensée particulièrement émue lorsque je pense à Alexandra, à Ivan, à Maxime, à Irina, à Sofia, à Artem et à Lilia, eux qui étaient il y a encore quelques jours chez eux, en Ukraine, et qui, après un périple compliqué, ont réussi à venir en France. Mesdames et messieurs, la délégation ukrainienne est là. Pour leur sport et pour leur pays. Je vous souhaite à tous une excellente semaine de compétition et un très beau spectacle. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the World Figure Skating Championship 2022 in Montpellier, Occitanie. My first thought goes to the athletes. I wish them to perform the best they can, to be proud of the performance they will deliver. Thank you to the coaches, to the team leader, to the medical staff, to the official. They are working backstage to present us the best version of themselves. In a few minutes, I will be glad to welcome on this ice a great champion. She left a mark to the international figure skating world, and in you and my heart, Surya Bonali. Please welcome her very warmly. Having this World Championship in France is a great opportunity. My teams work very hard with the support of the International Figure Skating Union, with Montpellier, with the region Occitanie, to make this event happen despite the international situation. I would like to thank the 250 volunteers involved in this event. At last, I have a very emotional thought When I think about Alexandra, Maxime, Artem, Sofia, Irina, Ilya, and Ivan, because a few days ago they were still in their home in Ukraine, and after a very long and complicated trip, they are here in France. Thank you for them. They are here for their sport, they are here for their country. Ladies and gentlemen, I wish you a wonderful week of competition and enjoy the show. Merci d'être là. Thank you for being here.
Veuillez accueillir la représentante de l'Union internationale de patinage, Madame Maria Teresa Samaranch.
Please welcome the International Skating Union representative, Mrs. Maria Teresa Samaranch.
Bonsoir. Dear skating family and friends, chers amis, au nom de la Union internationale de patinage, c'est un grand plaisir pour nous de vous dire hello et vous donner une chaleureuse bienvenue au championnat du monde du patinage artistique 2022, ici à Montpellier. Here we will have the best figure skaters in the world, including Olympic champions. We wish everybody a joyful and memorable experience. Nous voulons aussi remercier la Fédération française des sports de glace, leur comité d'organisation, les officiels et tous les 250 volontaires. Aussi et surtout remercier la presse et les sponsors. We would also like to wish the athletes a great success and thank them to act as ambassadors of our beautiful sport. From now on, let us enjoy at the ring or at home all the skaters' amazing performance. Finalement et maintenant, au nom de la ISU, je déclare ouverte the ISU World Figure Skating Championships 2022. Thank you, Montpellier. Merci beaucoup, Montpellier. Thank you.
Mesdames et messieurs, pour soutenir le peuple ukrainien et la paix dans le monde, nous vous proposons 1 minute d'applaudissements. Merci pour eux.
Ladies and gentlemen, in support of Ukrainian people and world peace, we ask you 1 minute of applause. Thank you for that.
La France est fière d'accueillir le championnat du monde de patinage artistique à Montpellier, Occitanie. Merci d'être là.
France is proud to host World Figure Skating Championships in Montpellier. Thank you for being here.
Bringing light-powered watch technology to everyone. EcoDrive, a step on the journey for a sustainable life. A watch technology that's powered by light, any light. EcoDrive, a step on the journey for a sustainable life.
一つ一つは小さな力でもきっともっとできることがあると思う。街を輝かせたい。マルハン。一つ一つは小さな力でもきっともっとできることがあると思う。街を輝かせたい。マルハン。
Hello, a warm welcome to the Sud de France Arena here in Montpellier, the second stage of the ISU World Figure Skating Championships in 2022. We've got the pairs short program today. I'm Simon Reed alongside Nikki Slater to take you through. Only 14 pairs for a variety of reasons, but full of quality. We don't have the Russians here, we don't have the Chinese, but it's going to be really interesting to see who comes out on top. A couple of American pairs will be vying for it with a Japanese pair. It's going to be very interesting indeed. A decent crowd in to see the first evening's entertainment. I hope you can stick with us. A real sense of expectation here. 2¼ hours worth of figure skating for you. The last group will go in about an hour and 45 minutes time, and they will probably contain the winners. The free program takes place tomorrow night. It'll be the first medals handed out will be the pairs. That final group tonight, Alexander Knierim and Brandon Frazier from the States, and some outsiders who've got a real chance, Riku Miura and Ruichi Kihara from Japan. Don't rule out the Georgians, Karina Safina and Luka Berulava. Also, the Canadians might be knocking on the door. Vanessa James and Eric Radford, of course, they've been terrific with their former partners. What will they be able to do together here? They haven't torn up any trees this year so far, but this could be their moment. It's going to be fascinating, Nikki.
It is, and also Ashley Kane-Gribble and Timothy Leduc. Watching them in practice, their arms and the unison and the attack of that, and they did a practice a couple of days ago, and it was just beautiful to watch. And I had a little chat with them afterwards, and with Peter Kane, Ashley's father, and it was just lovely to see the way they were working together on the ice and that precision and movement with the arms. So if they can pull it together, anything like I've seen, you're in for a treat in their last escape.
This is the second stage, as I said. The first stage of the World Figure Skating Championships came this afternoon. A fantastic performance. Kaori Sakamoto from Japan, who's in pole position. She's first. It was just a breathtaking performance to the gladiator routine. Second, Leona Hendricks of Belgium, and third, Mariah Bell from the USA. So we're going to get the introduction of the officials here, and then it'll be the turn of the competitors to take to the ice. 2 groups of 3, then an ice resurface, and then 2 groups of 4. We have a French couple, the husband and wife, Camille and Pavel Kovalev, who will go in this opening group.
Taking pictures with flash and video recording is forbidden due to COVID-19 restrictions.
And I was talking to Christopher Boyagi, and skates with Zoe Jones, of course, and it's his last event. This is his last competitive event, so he was saying that he's going to enjoy every minute of it and embrace that, and there's a time to say goodbye, and this is it. So this is the first step of that for him here. It'll be quite a championship.
And presumably for Zoe Jones, the mother of 3, who's whisper it quietly in her 40s now. It's been a fantastic career. That presumably ends right here. The good news is they will definitely make it through. All the 14 couples will make it through to tomorrow night's free program. Here are the judges.
Juge numéro 1. Judge number 1, Miss Susanna Vikerny Pomolaya.
Juge numéro 2.
Judge number 2, Miss Véronique Gosselin.
Juge numéro 3.
Judge number 3, Mr. Nobuhiko Yoshioka.
Juge numéro 4.
Judge number 4, Mr. Jared Prince.
Juge numéro 5.
Judge number 5, Miss Karen Archer.
Juge numéro 6.
Judge number 6, Miss Anna Cantor.
Juge numéro 7.
Judge number 7, Mr. Robert Rosenbluth.
Juge numéro 8.
Judge number 8, Miss Sandra Dubrashik-Simonjak.
Juge numéro 9.
Judge number 9, Miss Stanislava Smidova.
Le contrôleur technique ISU,
The ISU technical controller is Ms. Kirsten Kimnus.
Le spécialiste technique ISU.
The ISU technical specialist is Mr. Brad Cox.
L'assistant technique spécialiste ISU.
The ISU assistant technical specialist is Ms. Marie Alay.
So that's the list of judges and the technical specialists. Very shortly, the first group will be taking to the ice.
And it's just great. We're on the ISU feed here, and I've been a commentator over 25 years. I've commentated alongside Simon a lot in the past, and Chris Howard for Eurosport and ITV before that. And it's just great to be here ringside on this ISU feed. Why is that? Why? Because what I realize is, from tweets we've seen and from communication we get, that we're touching the skating family worldwide. My family, I live in Canada, they'll be watching this, and there's others in Canada watching live now. So we're going past the boundaries of the broadcasting networks and the times they put out. So if you're watching, it's just great to be in touch, and I hope you enjoy it. It's just fantastic to be sharing the whole event with you as it comes live.
Sure is. And here are the skaters for the opening group. Skaters from Ukraine. And they will get a huge welcome. Sofia Polichenko and Artem Darensky. They're right at the front. What on earth they've been going through over the last month.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the skaters.
Already had a standing ovation for the whole Ukrainian team. A minute's worth of people on their feet right around the arena in the opening ceremony, but they'll get a special applause here, again here, Polichenko and Darensky.
And I spoke to them after their practice. They've only had 2 days training since the Olympics. They've got new music, which encapsulates what's going on right now to skate to.
The husband and wife from France, Camille and Pavel Kovalev.
From Israel.
And from Israel, the Israeli champions, Haley Kops and Evgeny Krasnopolsky.
6 minutes warm-up.
So a sort of seeding's been going on here, and most of the big guns will be in the second half. In fact, all of the big guns in the second half. Some of them spread out between the third and fourth group. And some of the better skaters in the first half, again, scattered between first and second. But no pressure on qualification this time, so that eases it. Of course, it is the World Championships, which has its own pressure.
And when we watch Sofia and Artem, who are going to be skating first for us here, he was just looking at me going, I've not really been in the gym. He's got to put different lifts in different places to this new music. He just had a smile on his face. It's like, we're going to do it. And there's such a joy about they're just taking on. We've only skated for a couple of days before a World Championship, but we've got to go out there and do it.
Sofia is from Kiev. And Artem from Dnipro.
From Ukraine, Sofia Polichenko, Artem Darensky.
And prolonged applause wherever they are. That's a useful start. Here are the French couple.
Ils sont champions de France en titre.
Camille from Toulouse, Pavel originally from St. Petersburg, but now skates obviously for France. Got married nearly 5 years ago now. Teamed up as a skating partnership 8 years ago. But this is their first time at the World Championships. 14th in the Europeans in Tallinn a couple of months ago.
From France,
And won nationals right at the start of the year. Looking really good with his single triple toe loop. And here's the Israeli couple, Haley Kops and Evgeny Krasnopolsky. Haley just 19, Evgeny 33 years of age. He's originally from Ukraine, she's from New York. Teamed up last year. She'd retired from skating at a very young age, but came back to skate with him. Coached by Galitche Marachi. Remember, with Sergei Sakanovsky, the World Ice Dance bronze medalist back in 2002.
Israel. They finished 5th at the 2021 Nebelhorn Trophy. From Israel, Haley Kops and Yevgeny Krasnopolsky.
Competed in the Olympics in 15th place they were. This is their first World Championships together. Evgeny did skate with Paige Connors. Got to 19th in the World Championships in Milan 4 years ago. And with Anna Vernikov, 5th partnership that these two have had. They were 19th last year in Stockholm, but these two together now. I just wonder, I mean, so much has been obviously focused on Ukraine, and with all the pressure of what's going on at home, it's more than a distraction, it's a constant worry, but in a way it kind of takes the pressure on the fact that here they are at World Championships.
Yeah, yes, I find it difficult to deal with the you know, the balance of the psychology of it, but you're absolutely right. You've got to focus on what you're doing here. I was just thinking, for anybody that's been competing at the Worlds, and you just work and work and work, and you focus and you come and you do it. But if you can't train for a month and you get 2 days on the ice and then you come, you have to take it almost as a sanguine thing. Okay, I'm just going to do my best, and it is what it is. This is how it is. And that's what I got particularly from him, from his attitude. It's like, yep, okay. I think his father's in Kiev still at the moment, and his mother's somewhere else. So,
yes, what do they do after this? Because obviously this has been a kind of a welcome distraction from the horrors of what's going on at home. So when this finishes, what next? Anyway, for now, it's strictly business. See what they can do. It's a very young age to take it all in. She's only 17 years of age. He's 20.
and I think, I don't know about for you, but in my lifetime, this is the first time I've experienced this type of situation. So how we speak about it, how we deal with it.
Yes.
And how people can misinterpret what you say.
Yeah.
Because you meant something personal, but they take it as a this or that. And
yes.
How we, you know...
Tread carefully.
I am. I'm not going to say anything.
Well, that's brilliant. We got there.
This might not be the place to externally process.
Right. Couple from Ukraine to begin. Then the husband and wife from France, and then Kops and Krasnopolsky for Israel. Lovely scenes. They've got to block all that out of their minds as well. Sofia Holichenko, Artem Terensky from Ukraine.
Скільки думок, скільки непрошених, скільки зерна, та не пророщено.
double salcho. Same with the loop. Huge applause from right around this Arena de Sud. A lot of people standing. Great to see. Yes, it was limited in its deliverance because of the obvious reasons that you've outlined. Lack of training, lack of facilities to train. So only a double side-by-side and a double throw jump. But actually, some of the timing was really good.
Yeah, I just I noted at the end, we don't quite finish on the music because we've not had time to work to this music, but it's the music to them is symbolic, and I thought they did a super job. Not going for the more difficult elements because we haven't had the time, but good alignment. The spins were not bad at all, the unison on those. And on the lift, he's quite close to the barrier there, and he does the reverse direction, so he stops the rotation and then takes it back. It's a group 4 lift press, and then he changes position in it. So he's doing some work and doing a good job. There's the layback. In different partnerships, when you're ringside, you'll hear one or other of the couple calling the change. In this case, it's Arten who does the call. Well done, goodness me.
Yeah, they've done themselves and their nation proud. And great that they're first to go to a real focal point for the whole competition.
Les scores.
The scores, please.
Batutina alongside the coaches of
Sofia
Denis
Perdem
Poel.
obtenu un total de
44.95.
Sylvia and Martin earned at the short program 44.95 points.
Best they've done 55-15, but in very different circumstances back in January.
Sur la glace, représentant la France.
Next to skate from France.
More prolonged applause for Kamil and Pavel Kovalev. First World Championships for these two, 14th in Tallinn in the Europeans. Music from Piazzolla. Triple twist to start. Well, they were in sync as they went down on the triple toe loops. They won't get marked any lower for the two of them for them. Well done, held on to the throw triple Salchow. Getting it back together now, which is good, but the entry into the side spin, not great. Kamil and Pavel Kovalev from France.
Représentant la France, Kamil Kovalev.
Plenty to admire from those two. Just a shame about the side-by-side jump. There will be the extra point deduction because they both fell, but it's not marked differently because they both fell. Just an automatic deduction of 2 points. They're going to go into the lead. For how long, we shall see.
And lovely response from the audience, as you'd expect. Being able to skate in front of a live audience. A joy. I'm thankful to be here and to see that, and for the skaters to experience that. They started off strong, you know, it was good intensity to the music. That initial triple twist was good. Shame on the side-by-side triples, but going for them, not going for doubles, going for the harder elements. twist.
Good connection between the two, as you'd hope as a married couple. That connection was taken a bit too far there. Dupuy, their coach.
Going to the single arm, twist onto the hip, more difficult, and a difficult dismount. Judges looking at the entry and the dismount. There's a highlight for sure. The throw triple Salchow. The start of the side-by-side spins here was super. It was just the speed on the transition where they just lost the alignment a little bit. I like the spirit they have, how they look, enjoying being here, enjoying doing it, giving your best.
Nearly there. 50.95. They've got as high as 56. That was in the Europeans in Tallinn. A bit of extra pressure here. That cue means they, like all the 14 couples, will automatically qualify.
Next to skate from Israel,
Now,
young
Haley Kops, just 19 years of age, and Evgeny Krasnopolsky from Israel. 15th in the Olympics, teamed up only last year. And already Israeli national champions. Torn and Heart Cry, their music. Triple twist to start. Haley couldn't hang on to the side-by-side triple Salchow. Nor the triple Lutz, a heavy fall. Looking a little ragged. That was encouraging at the end, where they got it back together, the synchronization in the change foot combination spin. It wasn't an easy skate for these two, particularly for Haley. An appreciative crowd, giving them plenty of applause.
It's interesting when you see a couple develop like this, and they're going to go on to so much more. The start was with a triple twist, was almost with a delay before the turn. I want to see that again, was just super. She was turning really quick, but the triple Salchow took the wind out of her sails a little bit. And then the entry to the throw after that was quite difficult, the choreography and the setup. And it was almost like I hadn't quite recovered from the Salchow before I had to go into that. So it's almost that settle time. One took away from the other, and then it built. And I got the sense that, you know, he's concentrating on doing what he's doing to try and do it right, and she is too. But it comes a point where, good catch. So that's good. It comes a point where you're working more with your partner, and at times it got to the point where I can see him. He's concentrating on what he's doing, and almost I can't be distracted by what you're doing. So it was separate.
It's the complicated entry.
Yes.
Into the throw.
So she was more settled than I thought. It just didn't look like there was a lot of time, and she wasn't too far back on it at all. So they'll have landed that. So I think what we'll see is more of that relationship that's so obviously there, because we saw it at the end. It's in a great balance point. Difficult position. He's short, and she's very well set.
They got it back together well here in the side-by-side spin.
And it's that connection, that linking together of the couple, that is the thing they'll be looking to develop more, I'm sure.
Galit Chait on the right-hand side.
Yeah, super prospects.
First year together. And they've been pretty busy. Best they've done in the Nebelhorn Trophy, a qualifying event for the Olympics, which they qualified for. As a result of finished in 5th place there, 15th in the Olympics.
Maybe you were right away.
It's going to be very close between these two and the two from Ukraine as to who's going to be in 3rd place. It's going to be these two. Yeah, too many mistakes, I'm afraid. So that's it at the end of the opening group. The French way out on top. Camille and Pavel Kovalev. Then the couple from Ukraine, Holichenko and Orensky, and then Kops and Krasnopolsky. Now, the second group of 3. Couples from the Netherlands, from Great Britain, and from Spain. Here the Dutch number 1s, Daria Danilova and Michael Siba. The indefatigable Zoe Jones with Christopher Boyaggi. Dorota Broda and Pedro Betigon Martin from Spain. Spanish national champions in pretty good form, just fresh from winning a tournament in Bergamo, the Ice Lab International Cup. So the Dutch to go first, then the British number 1s. then the Spaniards. Danilova and Michal Siba, a young couple in their third year together. Daria is just 19, Michal 24. It's their second World Championships. They were 22nd in Stockholm last year, 21st in the Europeans. So that would have been pretty disappointing for them. Missed out on the free program.
From the Netherlands, Daria Danilova, Michal Siba.
Last competition for them was in Tilburg in the Challenge Cup, finished in second place. They were 9th in that Neville Horn Trophy, the qualifying for the Olympics. And here the amazing Zoe Jones, who retired from competitive skating back in 2001. 13 years later, she came back. She's mother of 3 twins, Zara and Zinja, who are 14 years of age, and Sky, 9 years old. The British ladies singles champion back in 2000 and 2001. Now here with Christopher Boyagi, 5 times British national champions.
With Mark Miller, they ranked 2nd at the British National Championships and recently placed 8th at the ISU Grand Prix of Skate Canada. From Great Britain,
This,
and Christopher Boyagi.
as Christopher's been outlining to Nikki, their swan song here. 24th in the World Championships last year. The best they've done was in Saitama back in 2019, finished in 17th place there.
Dorota et Pedro sont champions nationaux en titre.
Now the
C'est leur
pairs champions of Spain. Dorota Broda, Petro Betigon Martin.
Représentant l'Espagne, Dorota Broda, Pedro Betigon Martin.
They do their training in Bergamo, in Italy, where they won that international competition a few weeks ago.
They finished 1st recently at the Ice Lab International Cup.
First time for them in the World Championships. They seem to be perpetual runners-up in Spain. 4 successive years they were runners-up in Spanish nationals, but this year ended up the winners. If the pressure would be slightly less here, because for the first time there's no qualifying to get through, everyone automatically qualified. But the nerves are still there. It is still the World Championships.
Yeah, I think it's probably the same for this part of the event, but there's not a disappointment because you're not going to compete in the whole thing, which is all. I never experienced that, but it must be absolutely dreadful because you know, people invest in you and trust in you and send you there, and if you don't make it through, you have to sit and watch, and it's I imagine not the best of experiences. I've got the answer to my external processing, okay? That we talked about before,
Go on.
about how to communicate with what's going on at the moment. There's a music producer in Kelowna where I live, and he signs at the bottom of his emails in capital letters, and he always has from when I knew him 5 years ago, and all the time he sends an email to me. Peace.
Skaters, there's 1 minute left in this warm-up.
Yes, we could do with a bit of that right now.
I think that's it. Oh, look at that. Yeah.
Not Schubert. So it'll be the Dutch to go first, Danilova and Ziba. Then it'll be Zoe Jones and Christopher Boyagi. finally, the Spaniards. It's getting to bang bang, Dorota Broda and Pedro Betigon Martin.
And so often we'll see the coach hold the hands of the skater before they're going on, or look at the couple. And in some circumstances, that's been a trained moment, that we actually visualize being in the arena back at our training base. We do that. This is what we say. We focus. We go from there. And it's almost a programmed in response to how you react to the situation. Isolate out the audience and you go and perform it. We don't see it for everybody, but we might see it for something.
Yeah, that makes sense. So the others vacate and leave the stage for the Dutch.
Sur la glace, représentant les Pays-Bas.
Next to skate from the Netherlands, Daria Danilova, Michel Ziba.
Daria Danilova, Michel Ziba. Bad guy. Dutch national champions.
Now that my blood in no sleeping, you're on your tiptoes creeping around like no one knows me. You're so
Triple twist to start.
on both my knees, but you don't say thank you or please. I do what I want when I'm wanting to my soul.
Now for the side-by-side jump, Salco's not great in sync.
Just can't get enough guy, just always so rough guy. I'm a bad type, make your mama sad type, make your girlfriend mad type, might seduce your dad type. I'm the bad guy.
Yeah, nasty fall on the throw triple loop. Thought for a moment she'd held on, but it was nasty. That's their best move, the spin. Didn't come out of it quite as well, but a lot of it very well synchronized. I think we've got new leaders, Daria Danilova and Michel Ziba from the Netherlands.
Well, they were capturing the theme right from the first moment, the Spanish theme, the little Spanish leg movements, that movement of the foot in and out depicts that Spanish feel. It's the part of the tango dance. And the outfits as well work for it. Thought the triple twist, the choreography at the start and the triple twist was smack on the music. A shame that he didn't make the rotations on the salchows. And the throw triple loop will see it. He really threw her to make sure she did it. It was almost like, I think you threw a bit too hard. She couldn't check it.
Yeah, big deduction for that.
Some of the choreography was super late on. Really working with the balance of the music and the emphasis of the major beats in the melody part of the music.
She's got a sunny smile on despite the heavy fall. I think they're going to be rewarded with first place. Well, it's going to be very close between them and the French couple.
Now red my blood to no sleeping. You're on your tippy toes creeping.
Triple twist at the start.
No one knows, think you're so criminal. Bruises on both my knees for you.
So he doubled and kept his foot off. Now here, gosh, he really throws a boomph. Oh, wasn't that far off.
No, I thought for a moment that she'd got it.
She could have checked it,
Yeah.
yes. Went a long way.
But 2.5 marks off for that. Great entrance into the spin. Synchronization looked as good as any.
And the choreography into it and that movement point, that section of the program was great.
Just here that it started to go a little wrong.
I think I'm getting dizzy with the editing. It's very good.
I quite like that that little effect there.
Now, if you could do that in real time, that'd be something.
Yeah, work on it. You've got the imagination to do it.
Yeah. Gosh.
So the French, they got 50.95, 50.96 to win. It's not quite going to be enough, I don't think. No, 49.52, so second place. Taking it on the chin. Didn't think they could have expected much more.
Currently in second place.
So it's the French who lead now as the British champions, 5 times over, take to the ice. From Swindon, Zoe Jones and Christopher Boyadji. Mother of 3 and still an outstanding sportswoman. What a statement she makes every time she takes it to competition. Rise up.
You're broken down and tired of living life on the merry-go-round. And you can't find a fire, but I see it in you, so we can walk it out. Ooh.
Nice start with the double axel. Beautiful synchronization.
We can walk it out. Ooh. I'll dance. And I'll rise like the day. I'll rise unafraid.
Double twist.
That we have each other, yeah. We will rise, so we will rise.
for a triple flip, I think. Zoe's hand just touched the ice. I'm not sure. Need that. See that again, but it looked like it. Super. She really is an uplifting specimen. Zoe Jones and Christopher Boyagi bowing out in style. We'll see them again tomorrow in the free program, but that's a great start.
Yeah, that was lovely. I think when you know somebody's backstory a bit more intimately, and you know that this is a time that it's the last time, it makes a difference to looking at it. It does for me. So that was what was going on. Things were running in the background, and you know, the eyes, the connection between them as they're skating was very, very special. And they skated really well. The double axel was there, the double twist. They're not going for the triple twist, but they're going for a good grade of execution on that element. The press lift was good. Got a good mark, 4.7 and a 0.47 grade of execution from the overall mark of the judges. Here's those axles. He just caught his foot a little bit. The throw flip for me was a highlight. That's the twist. We'll see the flip in a minute, I think. Difficulty in the group 4 lift with the changes and looking at a different dismount. Just a little out on the spins in terms of the synchronization. Right in front of the judges, very close.
Got it back together though.
And when you go to the judges' seats, they're stretched really about 2/3 of the way down the rink. So you have a very different viewpoint from the judge closest to them to not. She was well round. Looked like it just touched it. Yeah, special.
Alongside the Mark Naylor, who we know well. Quite a character.
He's quite a character. I think he'll be pleased with that performance.
The scores, please.
Zoé et Christopher.
Second place, 49.67. Yep. Second at the moment. Who knows? He just got a chance of getting in the top 10 tomorrow.
That'd be amazing. Good job, team.
Zoé and Christopher earned in the short program 49.67.
Not far away. It's very tight, as you can see. But second place will do them. No wonder. Congratulating each other.
From Spain,
Last to go in this second group, the Spanish national champions, Dorota Broda and Pedro Betigon Martin from Madrid, but skating out of Bergamo in Italy. Bang, bang. Double twist to start. Down on the double axel goes Dorota.
My baby shut me down. Music played and keep me safe. Just believe that change breaks free.
For the throw jump.
You and I have unfinished business.
Landed it well, toe loop. Their best move so far. Really strong finish. Dorota Broda and Pedro Betegon Martin from Madrid. And they recovered well after her fall on the side-by-side double axel. Terrific throw jump. Good finish.
So a lot of the elements they do, such as the twist, it looks contained at the moment. Looks like they could go for the triple, but they're not going for the triple twist at the moment. And it brought to mind, I was ringside in Altrincham Ice Rink way back, and I think it was Kenny Babington was training a young lady called Jane Torval, who was doing pair skating with a fellow called Michael Hutchinson. And he was shouting at them, faster, faster, faster. And by the time Christopher Dean skated with Jane Torval, she could skate at 1,000,000 miles an hour, which is part of the reason they won 4 worlds in the Olympics. And because she also knew how to hold herself in lifts. But it's almost for me as though if they could get more power, more movement over the ice, it would add much more. Because it contained is the word, and it's quite well aligned. But in pair skating, we want to see attack, we want to see ice coverage, we want to see them really going fast. And that wasn't coming over here just yet for them.
Yes. I sense the second half of this competition is going to be very different from the first half. Because pairs through this year, I mean, I know the Russians aren't here. I know the Chinese are not here. But it's still a high-class field in that second half. And pair skating, largely because of the Russians and the Chinese, it's gone on leaps and bounds over the last 10 years and has pushed the others up.
And I've been a skater, so if I'm listening to somebody talking about me, I don't want to be knocked and clobbered, because there's a load to admire here. But you almost want to be on the ice with them, skating alongside them, saying, come on, you can do this, we can cover more ice here, we can get to this part, mark the ice. I think they've got it in them to do it. Maybe they're working on it right now.
Top mark 50.95. I don't think it's going to be that, but it'd be close. Yeah, 48.66. That puts them in 4th place. 4th of the 6 that we've had, but it's so tight around there. There's confirmation of how tight it is. So they're less than a mark away from 3rd place. And they're pretty close, just over a mark from second. Look at that, that looks great for the Brits, doesn't it? Zoe Jones and Christopher Bayagi in second place. But it's the husband and wife from France who lead at the moment, Camille and Pavel Kovalev. So that's where we are right now, halfway stage. As far as the groups are concerned, we have 2 groups of 4 coming up. The ice will be resurfaced, we'll take a break, and we'll be back with you in around 15 minutes' time.
To everyone. EcoDrive, a step on the journey for a sustainable life. A watch technology that's powered by light, any light. EcoDrive, a step on the journey for a sustainable life.
Welcome back. Here we go then with the third of the four groups. Skaters here from Georgia, from Canada, two couples from Canada, and a couple from Austria. And here are the Georgians. Don't write them off. 9th in the Olympics, 4th in the Europeans. Karina Safina, Luka Barulova. Vanessa James and Eric Radford, they've got an outside shot of a podium place. Also from Canada, Erin Walsh and Trent Michaud. And finally from Austria, 6 times national champions from Austria, Miriam Ziegler and Severin Kiefer. So both these last two groups have 4 couples, and the quality will rise pretty significantly from here on in. And these are dark horses, not only to podium, but perhaps even take the title. Karina Safina, Luka Barulova from Georgia. She's just 18. He's 19. First Georgian pair skaters to win medals at the ISU Junior Grand Prix. They won silver and bronze in Kozice and in Austria, and really stepped it up this year. 4th in the Europeans, 9th in Beijing, which of course was full of Russian couples and couples from China, including the winners. So they were 9th. These two were 12th, in fact, in Beijing. Their first year together, teamed up in the spring of last year. They've looked pretty good in practice. They have been, as they would admit themselves, a work in progress through the year. But it just is beginning to look like they're coming to the fore at just the right time. Eric Radford, world champion, of course, 2-time world champion, an Olympic bronze medalist with Megan Duhamel, and Vanessa James, world bronze medalist with Morgan Cypress.
From Canada, Vanessa James and Eric Radford.
Vanessa now 34 years of age, Eric 37. 4th in the International de France in Grenoble. 4th too in Skate Canada. Here the other Canadian couple, 2nd in nationals, Evelyn Walsh and Trent Michaud. Twice they've been in World Championships. Together they were 12th in Japan in 2019 and 12th too in Stockholm 12 months ago.
From Canada, Evelyn Walsh, Trent Michaud.
And the final couple in this group, Miriam Ziegler and Severin Kiefer, teamed up in the spring of 2013. They've been flying the flag for Austria since then. 6 times national champions of Austria. And they've been as high as 10th in the world in Saitama in Japan back in 2019. And they were 11th in the world last year. Really disappointing for them in Beijing. Finished back in 18th place.
Finished first at the 2020 Challenge Cup.
See if they can get it back together. Not looked great so far.
From Austria, Miriam Ziegler and Severin Kiefer.
She took a break from skating, but came back to skate with Severin. Both of them were terrific single skaters. Remember, at the moment at the halfway stage, or virtually at the halfway stage, it's the husband and wife from France, Camille and Pavel Kovalev. They lead from Zoe Jones and Christopher Voyaggi. Britain in second place, and Daria Danilova and Michelle Sieber third for the Netherlands.
Skaters, there's 1 minute left in this warm-up.
I had a journalist friend, Alexandra Stevenson, and she covered ice skating for many, many years. And she had words of wisdom that kind of come to mind. It's not how old you are, it's how good you are. And I think in the past there's been almost a glass ceiling of age. When you get to a certain age, oh, that's it, you shouldn't do it. Or you can't do that because, and again in sport, in different areas of sport, we see that rule being broken. And then you suddenly realise that back before that, somebody was 50 years old being a top international footballer, or soccer player if you're in the North American continent, for the translation. So it's not new, but it was just that in my mind, or when you get to that age, you shouldn't be doing it anymore.
Yeah.
But it's nonsense, because it's not how old you are, it's how good you are. Ask the Rolling Stones. No, so it's super to see Eric and to see Vanessa coming together with all that different heritage and seeing if they can create something new together. I think it's just brilliant.
Yes, the other end of the spectrum, these two who are going to be first to go, and so thrilling. Perhaps the best newcomers to come into pair skating in the world. How good can they hold it together here? We're going to find out.
Next to skate from Georgia, Karina, Safina, Luka, Berulova.
Two skaters representing Georgia skate out of Russia. Karina Safina, Luka Berulova. And they'll be skating to Moonlight. Wow, what a spectacular triple twist. Way better than anything we've seen. And triple toe loops to follow. Oh, super landing to the throw triple loop. Outstanding start from these two. Sure enough, different class. Karina Safina, Luka Barulova from Georgia. And suddenly the competition goes to a whole new level. Fantastic start to that triple twist, and they kept it going.
Yes, and you look at it in a different way now, because now we're looking at, in a way, a traditional Russian-styled pair team. And you're looking at the ice coverage, you're looking at the setup for the triple twist. Loads of height in that. And you see the potential they've got. And I start to evaluate them against the greats we've seen. So, because that's the potential they've got to go to. So anything I say that doesn't say they're amazing is in that context, okay? Because that's what comes up for me. Because you see, gosh, these are, like you say, they've got such tremendous potential, and there's some fabulous elements out there now.
That's their goal, to be identified alongside the others that aren't here.
Yes.
And some that are, but...
Yes. So the side-by-side, so the artistry on the start was great. Here's the triple twist. See the height. See how he catches her on the hips? Catches her high, above his head when he's got hands on the hips. So there's great quality in that. Side-by-side jumps, he just held on a little bit. He didn't put his hand down. It wasn't completely clean.
This was brilliant, wasn't it?
He's not throwing her too hard. She's opening out. Long, long, beautiful edge. Perfectly poised on the landing. Taking off from backwards. More difficult. Taking it to the single arm. Great balance point. And then a change on the dismount.
The bar's just gone a whole lot higher. And they're out of sync there, but they quickly got it back.
Yes, the spin was kind of, in a way, one of the weaker elements. And then it was in, and then it was out again in a moment. But you can see, and we've seen it many times before, the potential for this to just be flying like a rocket. It's great. The complexity of the step sequence was something for me as well, because they were doing complementary step sequence. But the way it was angled here was a little difficult to see how it complemented completely at times. That would be the only thing I'd maybe have a look at from the point of view where the judges were looking at it from. But they'll be delighted, I'm sure.
It's their first year as seniors. And that's their best ever score, 67-36. Over 16 marks better than the French couple lying in second place. A big statement from Safina and Barulova. So the bar's been raised. Can these two match it? They have the pedigree. Have they got the form? It's been a little in and out this year. 12th in Beijing. Have to be a lot better than that here. Vanessa James, Eric Radford for Canada. Shiny, happy people. Excellent. Smooth landing to that triple twist. The hand down from Eric on the toe loops.
Gold and silver.
It's not an elegant landing to that throw triple flip. Again, a flawed programme. Vanessa, of course, used to skate for France. So welcomed here, also skated for Britain at one stage. Vanessa James, Eric Radford. But it was flawed. You could see the class, you could see the pedigree, but you could also see mistakes.
Yeah, the start was beautiful. It had a softness to it. There's a quality in the skating. A beautiful build. Nice in the twist. Not as high on the catch as the Georgians, but it was cleanly done. And the toe loops, they were clean in the warm-ups. He did it clean, just hand down in this one. And then the throw, her strength stood out there, being able to hold on to the end of the jump. It probably wasn't the easiest of landings, but she's so competent. She was able to just lock it and make it flow through. It's the lift, he made the lift difficult. We'll see it in a minute, going the wrong way first. I think it's probably the wrong rotation direction for him in the first instance, so purposefully making it difficult to get the grade of execution up.
Big hand down, wasn't it? She obviously didn't feel completely right here. And the free leg touching down. So, negative grades of execution on both those two. Spin was good, as was the lift here.
I think that's the second part of the lift, because he took it up and was turning to his right and then blocked it and then turned it to his left. So you have the centrifugal force pushing you one way and you have to have a load of strength to stop it, to take it back the other way. Judges recognize that in the difficulty and also the grade of execution. So it was a good skate, but like you say, flaws in there.
67-36. They're not going to get better than that. Safina and Berulova. Oh, but they're close. I'm surprised they're that close. They're within a mark of the Georgians. I didn't see that, to be honest. But there is undoubted class there. 66-54. So they're still in the hunt. Good skate tomorrow night. Who knows? Could be a podium. Now the second couple from Canada. She's just 20, he's 25. Runners-up in Canadian Nationals. Their third Worlds, 12th the previous two times they've been in the World Championships. But it has to be higher now. Evelyn Walsh, Trent Michaud. Lost Without You.
Standing on the platform, watching you grow. It's like no other pain I've ever known. To love someone so much, to have no control. You say
Triple twist to begin. Triple toe loops. We're so high up, it's difficult to know, but I think her hand touched down. Never looked right, that throw triple loop. It's a beautiful routine. If only it had been a little cleaner. Evelyn Walsh and Trent Michaud for Canada. Great choice of music. Rare Riding's Lost Without You.
Yeah, and it had the audience transfixed. The step sequence at the end, there's not a huge amount of ice coverage in it, but there's very deft touches and lovely movement. And the finish is almost to catch you by surprise, but it works. So that was the end bit. And how about the rest of it? Well, we'll have to look at that, whether there was a hand down. Our commentary positions are right up in the top of the arena. It's an 8,000-seater arena here at the Stadium Sud de France. And so when we're looking down at the ice, we're giving a view of what we do, of what's going on, and we're trying to see on an angle down. So if you can imagine you're sat beside us here, sometimes if we call something and you might hear us say, we're not sure of the hand down, that's why. And sometimes it's easier just to watch it on the screen, but of course we're here live, so we're trying to watch the live feed.
Here we go. Yeah, there it went. That was on the triple toe loop.
And he was strong on the left. Locked out position, stayed down in the death spiral a long time. It was good.
This never looked like it was going to work.
She was over-rotated, not able to block it in time. The start of the sequence, the spin sequence, was together. Just lost it as it went through. And again, because we're live, we can see that relative speed. There are places within this that a little bit more pedal on the gas would help. But it was a good skate.
Best they've done so far was last month in the Four Continents Championship, 65.42. I don't think it's going to be as good as that, particularly because of the mistake on the throw loop. 60.28. There's third place. That's about right. General standard high with the mistakes. So it's the Georgians who lead, and it's Canadians second, Canadians third. Then the French, then the Brits.
Sur la glace, représentant l'Autriche.
Last to go in this group, the six-time champions from Austria. Miriam Ziegler, Severin Kiefer. They've been as high as 10th in the world. So all I want. Novel entry into the triple twist. Again, the hand down by Severin on the triple toe loop. Nice. Yeah, great height on the throw, triple flip. Yeah, they liked it here in Montpellier. Miriam Ziegler, Severin Kiefer.
Yeah, a very good skate for them. That technical difficulty, the entry into the lift at the end, impressive. Making it almost as difficult as possible to get to the Group 4 crest lift. And it right at the end of the program, when you're out of breath, a lot easier to do that as the first or second element of the program for obvious reasons. Their spins, I think some of the best we've seen.
Yeah.
The synchronization of the spins was really great. And we'll see the playback of the twist, I'm sure, in a moment. The side-by-side triples are hand down, but I think they were both clean and round.
Yeah, I liked some of the entry points into that twist.
Yes.
A different maneuver. Sudden change of hold and straight into it.
And for me, the music choice, and particularly there was the throw triple flip moment when the music builds, which was just perfect for it.
Wasn't the best catch Lovely entry into it. There's the hand down on the toe loop.
And it's a packed 2:55. 2:50 is the base time. You can go 10 seconds either side of that. So it's packed with detail. Very nice. And when you pick the music and you edit the music, you're looking at the points where the elements can go. And that was moving towards the end of the program, and it gave a lift. So it just works for me. It works for the crowd, and then everybody's inspired to be clapping it and loving the end of the program.
So it looks like they could easily move into third place, which is great. Plenty of support for Ukraine, for this team.
Les scores.
The scores, please.
Merlin et Sabine obtenu un total de
Yeah, 60-79, third place. So it's Georgia first, Canada second. These two slot into third, just in front of the Austrians, Ziegler and Kiefer. There's confirmation. So at the moment, it's the Georgians and the Canadian leading by some distance, with one group still to go. Zoe Jones for Boyaji back in sixth now, as we see the competitors for the final group. They've got a great chance here of taking the whole thing. Alexa Kanerim, Brandon Frazier from the States. Minerva Fabian Haase, Nolan Siegert, 3 times national champions. And these two effervescent characters, so popular wherever they go. Riku Miura, Ryuichi Kihara, not without a chance. And these two the same. Ashley Kane-Gribble and Timothy Leduc been a little up and down with their quality in practices, but if they skate clean, they could be a real threat. 3rd in Skate Canada, 8th in Beijing, 9th in the Worlds last year. So 3 couples here who've got a real chance of taking advantage with the fact that there are no Russians, no Chinese. None more so than these two. Been together 3 years now. Teamed up in the spring of 2020.
C'est leur deuxième participation ensemble au championnat du monde. L'an passé, ils ont terminé 7e. Ils sont entraînés par Todd Sand.
They've really forged a terrific partnership.
Représentant les États-Unis.
Alexa did with her former partner and husband Chris Kanerim, who's now part of the coaching team, along with Todd Sand and Jenny Menno. They've gone from strength to strength. They were terrific in the Olympics, 6th place. But all the couples who finished in front of them are not here. So there's pressure for you. Can they handle it? Signs are that they can. Here are the Germans. Minerva Fabian Haase, who's 22 years of age, and more experienced than Nolan Siegert. They've been together now for 8 years. Missed the World Championships last year. Haase was injured. In fact, they missed the last 2 because of 2020, of course. COVID struck. And we didn't have World Championships. That looked really good, that throw triple salcho. 16th in the Olympics, that was a real disappointment. 8th in the Europeans. And now these two. I personally would love it if they won, because they have such character, both of them. Riku, Miura, Ruichi, Kihara. 7th in the Olympics, just one spot behind Kanerim and Frazier. Best they've done at Worlds last year, 10th place. It's their 3rd season together, and they've really progressed. Riku, still only 20 years of age, Ruichi, 29. Looking good. There's something special about them.
I like his smile all the time. It's a perpetual light on the rink.
Had a really consistent year, 2nd in skate. America 3rd in the NHK Trophy. And these two, 8th in the Olympics. 1 spot behind the Japanese. Ashley Kane-Gribble, Timothy Leduc, the American champions. Kanerim and Frazier didn't go to American Nationals. They have looked vulnerable in practice. But it's what they do in the routine coming up now that really matters.
When I saw them a couple of days ago, the arm movements and the unison of that, and the music they're using, which is kind of has inner rhythms to it for me, was just breathtaking. And if they can capture that, and that unison happens, then you'll see. It's just fabulous. There's something very special when a couple can be moving so quickly, so deftly, and the arms match, the body lines match, so that the wrists and the fingertails, your fingers match. On the way here from Canada, I met this young lady who's studying animation for animals. And I said, so tell me about it. She said to animate a human hand takes ages because you have to do each joint of the finger and each part of the hand. So when you think what we do as human beings out there on the ice, maybe doing 15, 20 miles an hour in unison, the computing power is astounding, and we just take it for granted, but it's a beautiful thing.
You get to my age and you take nothing for granted, but I'm with you.
Okay.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the ISU representative, Ms. Maria Teresa.
There's the ISU representative here, Teresa Samaraj. Good to see so many here to watch the final group here. The Americans will top and tail the group. Kanerim and Frazier will go first. Then it's Minerva, Fabian Haase and Nolan Segert for Germany. Then it's Riku and Ruichi from Japan, and finally Kane-Gribble and Leduc. I doubt they've ever felt pressure like this.
Thank you.
Here they go then.
Sur la glace, représentant les États-Unis d'Amérique.
Could this be their week?
To skate from the United States of America, Alexander and Brendan Fraser.
7th in the worlds last year. But nothing less than a podium place will satisfy them, and they aim to be at the top of it. Alexa Kanerim, Brandon Frazier. The heavy Young Heathens version of House of the Rising Sun. Superstar. Triple twist. Triple toe loops. And she landed it, the throw, triple flip, beautifully done. Wonderful synchronization on the combination spin. Nailed it. Absolutely nailed it. Huge relief, I'm sure. And they soar into the lead. Alexa Canarium, Brandon Frazier. Unlikely to be beaten. If it is, we're in for another special treat. That was wonderful.
You know, and some people can just manage the pressure. It's whether you skate late in the group or early in the group. You get used to it because you're going through the international before now, and they've come out and the music was all out and they were all out. It was making it easy, just making it certain. Great unison on the spins. The flip was super. The side-by-side jumps clean. They just did it. What more can you ask for?
Yeah.
It's great.
Never has the expectation on these two been higher than it is here in Montpellier. And didn't they deal with it? Great timing on the side-by-side triple toes. That was brilliant. Todd Sound there, loving it. He's been there, done that. He'd have shared the pressure that these two have been under for the last few days, building up to this. Well, with her husband, Chris, they got to 7th in the worlds 8 years ago. This is another level with these two.
So looking at the scores that are added on those grade of execution things, on top of the base value of the jump, there's a 1.87, there's a 1.34. It's very, very good.
They soar into the lead, nearly 10 points clear. Fantastic. It's their best ever mark by the best part of 2 marks. Safina Berulava way back now. It's the Americans in first place.
Next to skate from Germany, Minerva Fabian-Hasser.
So Minerva Fabian-Hasser and Nolan Segert, 3 times German champions. 5th in Skate Canada, 8th in the Europeans, only 16th in the Olympics, but they look good in the warm-up. They've been practicing well. You are the reason. The music.
There goes my heart beating, 'cause you are the reason I'm losing my sleep. Please come.
Just a little awkward on the landing of the triple twist.
And you are the reason that I'm still breathing. I'm hopeless now. I climb every mountain,
Better on the toe loops.
swim every ocean, just to be with you and fix what I broke. Oh, 'cause I need you to see that you are the reason.
There goes my head shaking, and you are the reason.
Technical problem, so bear with us on the scores. It's a lot higher than 11.05. Looking good. Throw triple Salchow. Now the marks do tally with what we've got.
Climb every mountain
And sail every ocean,
just to be with you and fix what I've broken. 'Cause I need you to see that you
That's
are
a shame.
the reason.
Yeah, timing completely all right at the end. A big smile. But it started so well. It's a shame it should finish like that. Minerva Fabian-Hasser, Nolan Segert for Germany.
I love the choice of music and the way they interpreted it. The subtlety of the skating and the softness of that really worked right the way through. They captured the feel of it. There was a beautiful backdrop here. Just seeing it live and some very good elements. But it's different when you're skating to the heavy metal beat to the softness of a melody such as that. And to be able to portray it, you have to have a different feeling and you act the part. And together, it was a duet and they were doing the duet. So I loved the feel of that.
It's a symptom, isn't it, of elite sport, that when you come off from whatever sport you're doing, you focus on the element that went wrong rather than everything else, which went pretty well. So her head hit the sky then as she was just thinking about the spin at the end and how poor it was. But that's the perfectionism that drives them forward and makes them better and better.
And I read a negative sounds at least 6 to 10 times louder than a positive when somebody says it, so.
That looked great, didn't it?
Part of it, yes. And a difficult entry onto the lift makes it look easy. The change of position, the step over. Again, the balance point, beautiful.
Wasn't bad at the start and then just went apart in the end significantly. But they're going to be in the hunt for a medal, it looks like, just looking at the scores. James and Radford have 66.54 in third place. This is going to be very close to that. 66.29, yeah. So it's mighty close for third place at the moment. 2.5 tenths of a mark. And Safina and Berulava close as well. But way out in front, Alexa Kanerim and Brandon Frazier. 2 to go. And here the best from Japan by a country mile. 2 fabulous characters. Can they put it together here? Hallelujah for Riku Miura and Ruichi Gihara. Oh, fabulous, the delay in that throw triple twist.
You don't really care for music, do ya? Well, it goes like this, a fourth, a fifth, a minor fall.
Oh, yes, side by side, triple toe loops. Again, perfect synchronization. Change of direction on the spin, on the lift. He is one strong dude. Oh, what a shame. Throw triple lutz. Can't afford any more mistakes. Perfect lines. Look at the smiles. can't ever imagine them not smiling. It wasn't what they dreamed about. It was mighty good. Apart from that, just one moment. And it's put them in real contention for a medal, but they really do have a chance of gold here. Has that gone now? We shall see. How far adrift will they be from the Americans? Again, lighting up this Arena de Sud in Montpellier. Riku Miura, Ruichi Kihara.
Yeah, and holding your interest right from the first moment. Beautiful choreography, great choice of music. And the ending, the death spiral at the end, and just putting the icing on the cake. You know it's coming to the end. The choreography is so beautifully done. And the elements within it were excellent. The relationship of the couple. It's quite a high catch. Probably the Georgians have done the best triple twist in terms of height of catch this afternoon. Looked like the side-by-side jump's fine, but this lift, to lift up off one foot is one thing. So remember, you have to make it more difficult. And then on going down from the lift, he went on one leg as well. So loads of difficulty, and that, if it had all been in place, I think we'd have seen them in first place.
It wasn't constituted as a fall, so no deduction, although both hands were on the ice and it was really ungainly. So for one moment it was ungainly in the performance. But what character.
And still a load to play for.
Knierim and Frazier out in front, 76-88. It's not going to be anything like that, but how far behind will they be? It's not too bad. It's second place. Maybe they're going to have to settle for a minor podium place. At the moment, it's all there for Knierim and Frazier, with one couple still to go. And here they come.
Next to skate,
from Texas,
of America,
the American national champions. 8th in Beijing, 9th in the Worlds last year in Stockholm. Ashley Kane-Gribble, Timothy Leduc. Soundtrack to The White Crow. Lovely triple twist to start. As good as any we've seen. Triple loops, but the hand down from Ashley. Excellent throw, triple Lutz. A stunning ending. It's going to be America 1 and 2. Ashley Kane-Gribble, Timothy Leduc putting the pressure on Knierim and Frazier. Probably their best ever skate together. Been together, what now, 6 seasons? But that's as good as it's been. Yes, there was a flaw with the hand down from Ashley. But apart from that, it was spot on.
And the step sequence towards the end, those arms moving into the spin sequence, it's just beautiful for me. That was what I saw the other day, and if you slow motioned it and looked at all the deftness and the movements and the little intuitive, or not intuitive, the little choreographed movements within that, it's so beautiful. So here's the start, the twist. Now remember, this is not a 1.5 pair, so the lifting dynamic is just naturally different. But everything was done fine. They went for a harder jump with the loop than some of the others that have gone with the toe loop. Not quite coming off, but it has a higher, the loop has a higher base to start from than the toe loop.
Yes, even with the mistake, they still picked up 4 marks for that loop. The rest of it was majestic.
So the single arm balance point, perfect. But with the natural dynamics of physics, you know that if your partner is taller and heavier, the balance is harder to maintain and the strength is required is more.
And you can see where his strength is. Huge upper body strength.
And that was the spin at the end. I wish we'd seen just some slow motion of that arm motion section that you're probably bored about me going on with, but I just find it beautiful.
So Knierim and Frazier, 76-88. It's not going to be far adrift. Best they've scored, 76-23. That was 3 years ago. 75-85. Yeah, it's that good. Second place. They're in with a shot of gold. It is America first and second. Japan third. Georgia fourth. Canada fifth. But it's America leading the way. There's confirmation. Last 2 groups are terrific, weren't they, Nikki?
Yeah, it's been a super competition, and I think the right order, you know, we wouldn't disagree with the right order, and Zoe Jones and Christopher Bayaje at the moment 10th, they'll be really pleased with that. A load of really good skates tonight, and it was almost like this was a competition in itself, isn't it, to establish positions because we have this open field, as it were. So very, very important tonight to establish your position. I think the results, the judges have done a great job. We'd agree with it all, but it's not finished yet.
No, it's set up really nicely. It looks like it's going to be between the 2 Americans and the Japanese couple for the first 3. But you can't rule out the Georgians there. Thereabouts. Vanessa James, Eric Radford. If the others make mistakes, they could just nip in and take a podium place. But at the moment, it looks like it's a battle for gold between the 2 Americans, and then a battle for bronze between the others. Set up beautifully, and of course, we'll see the denouement tomorrow night with the pairs free. The first medals to be handed out at these 2022 World Figure Skating Championships. With the crowd here going home very happy with what they've seen. It was a little disappointing the first half. Certainly wasn't disappointing the second. And Knierim and Frazier were just out of this world. Here's the top 3. Just the mistake on the throw jump for Riku. But apart from that, Everything going according to plan. Lovely synchronization, great lines.
And it makes such a difference that he looks like he's enjoying himself the whole time.
Yeah, and she too.
I know in some ways it's academic, it's not technical, but it makes such a difference.
Yeah.
I always used to talk about it, the facial expression, the connection of the couple with the audience and with each other.
Yeah, look at that. In a performance they know they could have improved on.
They're not moping at the end.
No. Great scores for these two. Very nearly their career best. Ashley Kane-Gribble, Timothy Leduc in second place.
Thank you, director, showing us some of those arm movements and how they work together and the integration into that spin sequence. And we've seen it time and time again. Things can change in the pairs, in the long. It's a big difference.
These two look impervious to pressure. That's how it seemed here. Just bring it on.
Yes, and it's a time of character when you have the opportunity to actually take it, stay calm and give all you've got. They did that tonight.
All that they've worked for. It's nearly there. It could be 24 hours away. World champions. Could it possibly happen? Proud as punch. And that wraps it up for day one of these World Figure Skating Championships. Day two tomorrow starts at 11:30 with